Everybody can see the screen? See the screen as well as hear my voice? Okay, now it's okay?
Yep.
We start the class already 4 minutes late. Let them join whenever they will. We'll start with the prayer first. Seek the blessing from your Guru God Goddesses. Simply one and slowly voice. Okay. As usual, our agenda goes like this. Discuss about the Pocharam and our class, finally with the horoscope. Okay. Oh man, this is wrong. Give me 1 second. What's happened? Okay. Give me 1 second. Did in the different one. Totally not good. Okay. See about the today's question. Guru in the Kadagarasi, Ketu in the Simha, Chandra in the Kanya Rasi, Shukra in the Tula. And there was a special here. In okay, Shukra in the Tula, Vrakshaga in the Surya, Mangal and the Buddha, Kumbha in the Ragu, Shani in the Meena. So why this one is special? Oh, sorry, not that one. Sorry, not that one. The Tula Macham was done. Now we are into the Vrakshaga Masa. Because the sun is moved from here. You see this? Surya now it was in the Vrikshiga Rasi. So most we also discussed this earlier. The sun from this point to this point, it won't be give that much of the physical strength to any humans because the sun was far away from the planet which we are living. So that's why it gives some kind of the troubles in our body. Why? Because the heat was reduced. The heat was reduced means the body which consumes the energy from the outside world will be reduced gradually. So that's why this month it gives so little bit sickness in everyone. That's why the people will very much careful in the intake. Whatever the food which they are intake, they are very much careful during this month. The most of the rhythms is also happening at this point in time. Okay. Now let's see about the Chandra now was in the Kanya Rasi. Why? What is special about the Kanya Rasi? Because the Kala Purusha, this is the 6th house. What is the 6th house is for? Rona, your debt's enemy and your disease as well. So the Kanya Rasi is always special to everyone because this is the sixth from the Kalapurusha chart. And you also have to remember what is your house, this Kanya Rasi. So now the Chandra was here. Uh, how you are trying to do your if financial balance or you impulsive buying or you are doing whatever it was needed only. You are buying only necessary goods. So uh, based on your birth chart also, the now the Gocharam, the Kanya Chandra was in the Kanya Rasi. If you are a Kanya Lagna Kanya Rasi, watch over your emotions. This is literally teaching you enormous lessons in your life. Okay? And similarly, the people who have the Kanya Rasi as the eighth house, watch your definitely your emotions. This is the wonderful day to teach yourself. Nobody can no need for anybody's lessons. This is you. The universe will be teach you independently, individually, not independently. Individually, the universe will teach you. Okay, this is the lesson for you. You go ahead and learn. That's for the Chandra special in the Kanya. Not only in the Kanya Rasi, every Rasi will give you a different lessons, but this one will little bit different from the other Rasis. Okay. Now let's come into the Pancham, Dwadashi, and followed by the Trayodasi. Okay. Um, the Krishna Paksha Trayodasi is little bit special. Anyone remember why? Did we discuss? I'm really not sure. Okay, anyway, if we didn't discuss, I will tell you one more. We discussed, I will tell you one more time. If we didn't discuss, this is the first time. Okay, the Krishna Paksha Triyodasi is the special for the Shivaratris. Most of the time, the Shivaratri will follows on the Trayodasi. That's true on the Krishna Paksha. Every month you have the Shivaratri. At least once in a month you have the Shivaratri. But the Shivaratri will be celebrated as the Mahashivaratri that will happen on the February month, around the February month. Okay? But now we'll see about this special Triyodasi because this is also the Krishna Paksha. If you see this, this is also the Krishna Paksha and the Tithi is also Triyodasi. So if you see this, the Dwadashi up to November 17th. So today is the 16th, tomorrow is the 17th. So till 4:47 a.m. the Dwadashi will be there. Then in the early morning, Trayodasi will start. Then the till end of the November 18th, Trayodasi will end. The Shivratri will comes on the November 18th. Okay. So this is the very special Tithi when comes with along with the Krishna Paksha. So the yoga is the Vishkamba, Preeti. Nakshatra is the Hasta followed by the Chitra. Karana is the Gaulava, Taitala and the Garaja. It is Ravivara as usual. Okay, let's getting into here. We are seeing about the Triyadipati, that is the third lord. Third house lord. We know about what is the third house is all about. Mainly about the aim, ambition, courage, about passion, communication. In this modern world, any type of communication comes under this third house. And short journey, jewelry, younger siblings, all comes under your third house. Okay. Now, if you are not able to remember everything in the third house, remember these three things, that's more than enough. Aim, courage, and the travel or the writing. Okay, the writing is importantly in the third house. If you you may heard some people, if they put the pen on the paper, the flow will be just like that. It was really cakewalk for them when they moved to write. But some people they think every ideas in the world, they imagine everything in the world, but when they put the pen into the paper, they're not even able to write a single word. So that means the third house is not good. But for the first person, which I said, when the flow of writing was like a spontaneous work, then that person is having the good third house. That means the auspiciousness is increased in her third house. Okay, that's getting into the quickly revises whatever houses which we learned in the last few classes. Third house in the first house is the first house always represents yourself, the Jataka. Third house is represents the courage. So when the third lord is in the first house, it's super good because this person becomes very much in self-confidence and he or she knew what to do in his life, in her life also. Now, the third lord in the second house. The Airyadipati was sitting in the second house. The second house is for your money, Dhanasthana. So they know how to manage the finance very well. Now let's getting into the third house in the third house. Third lord in the third house, that is the Viparita Raj Yoga. The Airyadipati was sitting in the third house in his own house means definitely these people are very much ambitious, passionate about whatever they are doing. Now, the third lord in the fourth house. Fourth house, we know it's about the home, other real estate, whatever the asset we are having, vehicles we are having, happiness we are thinking about, happiness we want in our life, everything in the fourth house. Now, the third lord was sitting. The third lord is an ambitious. So, when the third lord in the fourth house means these people are really good entertainer, they are very ambitious and they want love, even they want to be come to the home very often. They want to live with the home. They want to be with the home around the people's in the home. Now let's see about the third lord in the fifth house. Okay, fifth house we know about it is about the thing, anything conceived. It's not only the conceive about the child, the conceive about the ideas, imagination, any kind of the thing which you have, any thought process which leads you into a bigger process or a bigger profit, bigger product, whichever, that single thought in the beginning, that is also in the fifth house. Think, conceive, creativity, or spontaneous acts and amusement, humor, your intellect, particularly whatever the things you can analyze, whatever the things you can calculate, the intellect, everything comes under the fifth house. And all over, in the simple way, you can say it is the Putrastha. And the special, what is the special about the third lord in the fifth house? This is for the Bhavat, because the third lord, fifth house is the third house, I guess. Third lord in the fifth house, third to third house. So definitely these people are very much visionary in nature. Okay, now let's see about the third lord in the sixth house. Again, this is the Viparita Raja Yoga, second Viparita Raja Yoga for the third one. The third lord, when it is in the sixth house we already knew. Roga, Rinu, Ripu, Roga, Rinu, Ripu. Three things. So the triple R. So when the courage, the Aryadipati was sitting in the sixth house means they are very much financially well set. Whatever they touch, it will grows like anything. Okay, the third lord in the seventh house. Seventh house, we know about it. It's about a spouse, business partners, life partners, your boss, client, customer, colleagues. All comes under you. What is the gift you receive? Everything comes in the seventh house. So when the Aryadipati was sitting in the seventh house means definitely the person, your partner will be very much courage or you are become an entrepreneur. Um, in a simple way, they are very much professional. Okay. Let's getting into the today's class. Okay. The third lord in the eighth house. This is again a Viparita Raja Yoga. Why? The Dushtana lords. Yeah.
No. You go on.
Yeah. The Dusthana lords sitting in any one of the Dusthanas. Okay, now we already know about the Dusthana 3, 6, 8, and 12. So in any one of these houses, this lord was sitting, then it considered as the Viparita Raja Yoga. We also see the third lord in the third house as the Viparita Raja Yoga. Now we are going to see the third lord in the sixth house also, we saw that. Now we're going to see the third lord in the eighth house. Again, this is eighth house of the Dusthana. So here the third lord, who's also the Dusthana Adhipati, sitting in the Dusthana, considered as the Viparita Raja Yoga. Okay, first thing, we already know about the third house. Anybody can repeat that? What is for the third house significance?
It's aim, ambition.
Aim, ambitious.
Then journey, short travels, writing.
Short travel. Your
Then
communication.
communication and
And
art and passion.
art, your passion, everything
Yeah.
comes under the third house. Awesome. Now let's see about the eighth house. Eighth house is all about secrets, all about mysteries. You can say it's about the anything secret knowledge you receive in this lifetime, particularly in this planet, in this dimension altogether. So when you born into this dimension, are you able to learn these occult signs or not? Are you able to know the secret or not? That are you blessed with to know the secret or then the eighth house is going to represent that, signified by your core vitality, your transformation, your house of mystery, your longevity, all things under the eighth house. We can say it as the house which is for your full transformation, full of mysteries, hidden knowledge, hidden treasures. Are you blessed with it to get a hidden treasures? Are you blessed with it to know or learn about the hidden knowledge? When when there was time to learn about the hidden knowledge, or there are the various things involved in here. You just know about, okay, there is a knowledge here in this, there is a hidden knowledge. There is one part of the peoples. The other part of the peoples had a great blessing to literally they know about what is that hidden knowledge. Okay? And they just know, there are all there are the different peoples get different blessings. They know they just their vision, they just see that kind of the knowledge in front of them. They can able to hear, they can able to touch. But some people they really getting into that involved, they spend their entire lifetime to learn that knowledge. Okay? Now comes into the third lord in the eighth house. The Aryadhipati was sitting in this wonderful mystery house, that is the eighth house. Now, we already know about this is the Viparita Rajiyoga. Okay, these people are very much bold, sober, and composed. Why? Because Dhairyadipati was sitting in the eighth house. There is no limitation of his courage. Okay? But the one problem here is they are hypersensitive because this is the house of the mystery and the Dhairyadipati was sitting in it. The energy and the combination of this energy is not that much less sensitive. It was then hypersensitive. Mostly they tend towards the honest intention or they always towards the honest actions. They want to do everything in their life should be honest. That's why these people are become odd in the environment, odd in their surroundings. Okay. One important thing about these people was they can capable to enter any field. There is no restrictions for it. Some people are defined to be staying in the medical field. Some people were restricted to go into the electrical or electronics or go into the heavy metals, something. But these people are blessed with going to any different field. Okay, then we may ask the questions. Okay, I have the third lord in eighth house. I enter in any of the fields. Can I shine? Definitely you will. Why? Because the Dairyathipati will definitely going to give you that kind of energy inside you. It doesn't mean you don't have any struggles, you don't have any obstacles. No, you have a number of struggles, a number of obstacles in front of you, but you have that ability, you have that knowledge to transform everything into your favor. Okay? These people are highly imagination. They decide. That's why these people can able to solve anything, any secret knowledge, any hidden knowledge these people can able to develop that kind of a knowledge in their life. Okay. This all the people take charge in any moment. They don't want to be saying, no, I'm, some people will say that if I become a mayor of this state or district, I will do this one, that good things or this good thing. But these people are not like that. Even though they didn't have an authority, but if they're willing to do any of the goodness to any of the people, they directly jump into the actions. They're not willing to do it. Some people believe the street should be cleaned by the government, municipality, or any of the corporations they're governed by the rulers. But when these people was here, they said, okay, this is my street and I'm going to clean. That kind of the people's there. They don't need the authority, but they take the charge to transform anything. That kind of the wonderful peoples they are. Okay. Anybody having third lord in eighth house? No. No?
Now, Anita, my husband has actually.
Okay. What's the lagna?
Lagna is Rishabh Lagna.
Mm.
And third house is Kataka, no moon there. So moon is in the eighth house. That is, what is that house?
Dhanush.
Dhanush, yeah. He's Dhanush Rasi, correct. That Dhanush.
Okay. So the third lord, whose moon was sitting in the eighth house. This is eighth house, right? Yes or no?
Yeah, that is eighth, yeah.
So the eighth house, moon was sitting alone. or
Only
anybody?
alone. He's alone.
Which one is exactly matching with him? Which is?
The first is right. The actually hypersensitive, that part I have not seen much.
Mm, mm,
Except for that,
mm,
honest intentions and actions, that is 100% right. Capable
mm,
of entering any field, yes. He learns of
mm,
very fast things. Then
mm.
I don't know about high imagination to depict. Maybe it is there. I don't know as such, but probably that's why he's able to solve anything, crack anything. Probably that would be the thing. He's capable of and competent to take charge. That is also right. But hypersensitive part, so very few occasions I've seen him kind of a little upset, but otherwise, so I don't know much. That part I am not able to
Why the hypersensitive
pick.
is not match with him? Any idea about it? Why?
Maybe he's very cool. I don't know. He doesn't get angry, so probably that's why I'm not able to see that part.
Where is your Jupiter? Where is his Jupiter in this
His
Jataka?
Jupiter, it is in the fifth house. That is in this one. Yeah, that is.
Okay, now tell me why. The
Mm.
hypersensitive is the okay, most of the time I tell you this is the general thing. This is the base
Mm.
of the characteristic. But some of the characteristics only suit for us. Some of the things which is not suit for us. What? Because the when the third lord, whoever it is, now we are saying it is the moon, but it can be anybody, right? In on the Navagrahas, the third lord can be anybody. But
Mm.
sitting in the 12 rashis, then the any among the Navagrahas, we take is the moon. Moon was sitting in the eighth house, and that too in the Jupiter house. Little bit different because
Mm.
he's sitting on the auspicious place, which is under the Guru's house. Moon is definitely comfortable, and that's why this hypersensitiveness is little bit less.
Okay.
And also we have to see about the entire birth chart to um see why the hypersensitiveness was not there. Why?
Mm.
Because when the moon was in the eighth house, there is a definitely higher possibility the sensitiveness will be there. But when it was in the Guru's house, the individual can have an ability to calm himself or herself in such a way that nobody can notice.
Could be, control that, maybe.
So this one, this is my understanding about this is because of the Jupiter's house. But we
Okay.
have to see his full chart anyway. But this is awesome. Anybody want to share anything about this horoscope? Okay, let's moving into next one. Really, we have to discuss many things today. I just little bit move fast. Suppose if in case if you feel like movie, I need to go slow, I will definitely go slow. Okay. Let's see about third lord in the ninth house. Third lord in the ninth house. We already know about what is the third house signifies. And the Adhipati was sitting in the ninth house. What is the ninth house is mainly for? Ninth house is mainly for your fortune. The in how you can easily understand this, ninth house is for the father related thing, father, guru, all any kind of the gurus in your life. You should feel that no, I didn't get a diksha from this guru, so he's not signified by the ninth house. No, whichever guru you are full of heartfelt, you felt this person is my guru, signified by the ninth house only. All your teachers comes under the ninth house only. So the here any kind of religious things, any kind of religious rites, tradition, conventionally you are going from one generation to another generation, you inherited this kind of the steps. But you follow it as a ritual in your family, traditionally. In some people will say this is kind of the rituals we are following from the seven generations, eight generations. Some people particularly in South India, they won't reveal that to anybody. But inside their families, they will tell you, okay, these rituals we are following from seventh generation, eighth generation, 10 generations. God only knows if that they are genuinely following. But still, there are the peoples out there. So if they are religious and ethically following anything, ethical rules and religious rules, rites, rituals, all comes under the ninth house. Any philosophy which you are discussing, any philosophy which just comes in your mind, which is written, all comes under the ninth house. Your higher education, ninth house. Okay. When this ninth house, this is the we already know that this is the main characteristics of the ninth house. Now, the Dairyathipati was going to sit in the ninth house. What will be? they are definitely blessed with wonderful opportunities. There is no question about it. This is third lord in ninth house is really super good, and they will definitely enjoy their life. They are blessed with all kind of an opportunities, education, yearning, travel, overseas. It always the cakewalk for them. When you ask somebody, there are some people for traveling for yearning. They struggle a lot. They struggle. You can't even imagine how much they struggle they are doing, how much they spend their energy, time, and effort. But for these people, the third lord in the ninth house, it doesn't matter for them. It comes in its own way. It comes to them in they take you in every step. It's really easy for them, for their education, for their earnings. If they are willing to travel, everything comes very much easily for them. And this is about the paternal legacy. Why? Because the ninth house is represents the father. Any legacy which is for where definitely the third lord in the ninth house means they are following the paternal legacy only. Whichever the parent, particularly the father side, whichever the legacy we are following, this Jataka can able to pursue that one. That kind of the ability this particular Jataka will have. Okay. Anybody having third lord in ninth house? No? On a simple note, you can remember third lord in ninth house is good. Okay. Now let's move into third lord in the 10th. Okay, 10th house, third lord, we already know about it. I repeat one more time. It's about the aim, courage, ambition, passion, art, communication, travel. It should be the short travel and the jewelry and your significance. That's all about there are the many significance for the third house, but major significance we are listing. So that signified lord, third lord, was sitting in the 10th house. What is the 10th house is also about? 10th house is also about the career, your business, your professional life, and what kind of the image you are carrying towards in your professional life. Okay? And in other words, how the world sees you. See, you know about yourself. The Lagna was representing you, but how the world was seeing you. Okay, this person was a really generous person, was very mean. No, he's very passionate. He didn't know anything. He's an idiot. How this world was sees, that is also represented in the 10th house. Okay. When the third lord was sitting in a 10th house means because Dhairyadipati was sitting in a 10th house, and the 10th house representing your career. They are very self-made persons. Why? Because the self, which going to give you the energy for the self-made, the courage is going to give you, the aim is going to give you, lead the path, and courage going to give you the strength to take into the leads, at least take the steps into that path. Then that leads the self-made person. When the third lord in the 10th house means it is very good to the individual when they try to shape themselves. They pave their own path. That's what I said. Confident about the work, but this is the one thing. Something sometimes it becomes the positive for them, but it's not good for their family. They feel like he or she was always involved in the work. They didn't even care about their family. That's the only thing they always hear. But they are very much confident in their work. No, whichever the field they are into, whatever they are doing, they know what they are doing, and they are very much confident in their work. No one can point out the flaw in their work. We would say they are very much industrious, hard workers, and achievers. Simply, you can say these people are super good in their work. Adventurous sports, particularly if they are involved in the courage involved professionals, the two particularly adventurous professions, sports, travel, this will be very much good. They can shine in their field. Okay. Anybody having third lord in 10th house?
My daughter Vanita.
Yeah, which one?
And everything is right about whatever is written here. Everything.
Awesome.
Dot to dot. Actually, she is this, what is it, Simha Lagna.
Simha Lagna.
And her
third lord Venus in the
Lord
10th
is
house.
Venus is in the 10th house. That is in Rishabha. Yeah.
This is wonderful. So anybody along with 10th house lord? And you understand that there was one beauty here. Anybody can point out that?
1, 2, 3, and 3. I don't know.
Third
This is
Lord.
the third place, yeah. That Venus is opposite.
Yeah, but what is that special?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but not seventh position.
Own houses.
Yeah. The third house and the 10th house, or both are owned by the Venus, right? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah, third and correct. Owners are Venus.
And here, the third Lord sitting in his own house, 10th house. So that's why you said, right? It didn't miss it didn't miss any one of the points.
No. Everything dot to dot.
Yes, obviously. That's so obvious. It won't. Let's see.
So we can say the 10th Lord in the third house also.
Can you repeat the question? What is that? 10th Lord?
It is the third Lord and the 10th Lord.
Third Lord and 10th Lord.
So
No, what I am saying, or you are asking, or what is the question here?
no, what I'm trying to say, we are calling it the third Lord, but it's also the 10th Lord. So we can say in another way, the 10th Lord.
Anybody was hearing her clearly?
Yeah. What she's saying is, right now we are talking about third lord in 10th house. She says in reality it should be 10th lord in 10th house.
You can say that also.
Yeah, but that I think that will come later.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is also true. That is also true. That's not, it's exactly showing that, right?
Yes.
Here,
Okay.
yes, that's wonderful observation. Obviously, yes. The third house Lord, Venus, in 10th house. That is also true. 10th house Lord in 10th house, that is also true. You got the point, right? You really bang on. Exactly.
And Vanita, you had said at one time that when we take Mercury in Gemini and we take Mercury in Kanya.
What I couldn't hear her.
Ma'am, we can't hear you. I
No,
mean,
she's
you're not
saying
audible.
Mercury in Kanya and Mercury in Gemini, there's a little difference. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, you had said it's more.
Exactly. That's what I'm also going to say here. Exactly. That is a difference. See, the Kanya in here, the Mercury in the Mithuna Rasi, Mercury in the Kanya, both are different. Same goes here also. Why? You understand that reason,
One
right?
is exalted and one is the own house. That's so.
No. Venus is not exalted. Okay, here for the
No,
Mercury.
10th it is
Yes,
the own house, but if it is in the third house, that would have been exalted, right? Venus.
Wait a second. See, let's go one by one. For the Venus in the 10th house, third house Lord. Venus in the Rishabha, Venus in the Tula. Both are different in different perspective. Why? The Venus in here, which element it's having, which element it is in? And Venus in here, if suppose Venus in here, which element it is in? Anybody remember?
Libra is, or you are asking about Chara like that, or how is it?
No, element.
Exalted and this one.
Yeah, that's become again also the quality also we need. But the element when comes into element, Venus in the Rishabha is a earth element, yes or no?
Yes.
Venus in the Tula, air element, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Earth and air, yes.
And now with this
No,
is
Venus and the Rishabha only is earth and Tula is air.
yeah. Tula is correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The drive
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Tula is air and the Rishabha is the earth. Okay.
Yeah.
And here this is also Sthira Rasi. This is the very much steady in nature.
Yeah.
Again, this becomes the Chara Rasi. You remember that, right?
Yes.
This becomes the Chara Rasi. This is movable in nature, mostly movable in nature. That too, it was an air element. And here, this is the steady, the earthy element. So the steady earthiness Venus and the movable airy nature of the Venus, it's quite different in nature. Okay, why? When the Venus in the in the 10th, that means the Rishabha Rasi means they are very much steady in nature. If they determined to do anything, they ground themselves just like anything. If they, for example, if they're the third lord in the 10th house means, imagine a situation they want to achieve something, goal X in their life.
Hmm.
They can't compromise. They it's not in the regime. It's not in the regime. They are very much steady in nature. They know what to do. They know how to achieve. The steadiness, that kind of the courage steadiness which comes when the third lord in the 10th house, that is the Rishabha Venus. Okay, now let's see the same situation. Imagine a situation, the third lord in 10th house is the Tula Venus.
Hmm.
They also have the goal. They also have that kind of the determination. But here, the little bit changes here. They somewhat compromise. Okay, my goal is X, but I don't want to take a risky path. I can compromise here and there, but end of the day, I will achieve the goal. They are not compromised on reaching that place, but they can compromise in their action. They compromise in the kind of the energy, the courage which is holding in them, that they can be compromised. You understand these two difference?
So it means to say the processes can be different.
The emotion, yes, the emotion, the person can hold the, see, one person can have the courage for the entire period. For example, if the student was studying in a 1 year, now let's take an example of a student, it's the easiest one.
Hmm.
This is starting point of the month. Now imagine a situation, the student was going to study the course for the 10 months. Okay, 10 months of the time is the course time.
Hmm.
So imagine a situation, the third lord in the 10th house is the Rishabha Venus. Okay.
Hmm.
Whatever the confidence level in this at the scale of 10, imagine the scale is the 10 at the point when the student was starting. Okay. Now, when you see the student at the month of the 10, even though the student was observing any kind of an obstacles in the studies, they may not understand anything. They maybe quarrel with the friends, quarrel with the teachers. They didn't understand the subject which they are here, and whatever it is, a number of the struggles it may comes in the 10 months of the time. When you see at the 10 months of the time, the determination, the courage, the ambition, the goal of that student, it won't change. It will be like very much steady, very much grounded. And this student won't have that kind of the imagination. They have the goal which is easily reachable, and it's not under the imagination or illusion thing. He knows what to do, and the goal is really, it can be physically manifested. There is no imagination involved in. The determination is when comes in the 10, comes at the 10 only. That kind of determination. Now let's
Vanita,
see.
Vanita, I have a question. Then, does it mean to say that though the core trait of the Lord of the house is, we know, definite, and it is the same, but the house itself has the power to allow the expression of that or not? That influences the expression of that core trait between the third house and the 10th house.
Yes.
So
Here is
the
yes,
house
that
determines
whatever
the
you said.
extent of expression of the core trait of the Lord. Am I right?
Okay, but
Is
there
my
is a
understanding right?
twist here. See, now we can, yes, your understanding was correct. The
Okay.
nature of the Lord will be little bit differ. That's true. But what is the twist here? If there was, if the any graha was placed in that particular Rashi, that takes the priority. Any graha was present in that Rashi, that takes over the priority. Whatever we learned there, it will be erased. Now the graha takes place over. It gives the quality to the individual. You understand this point, right? That's why the astrology become a little bit confused here and there. And sometimes we say, okay, this is correct, then we erase that sentence and we put one or two new sentence there. And again, when we come back and say, no, there is an underlying, there was an underlying answer layer was there, you have to consider that also. So don't get confused when whatever the things which we understand is true, but always keep that in mind. If the graha was placed in the Rasi, that takes a higher priority.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Now, why we are saying about this Venus? Because now the Venus was placed in his own house itself. when Nina's question is about, okay, now the Venus was placed in the 10th house, that is who's the lord of the 3rd and the 10th house. But this is also the 10th house, 10th lord in the 10th house, right? Yes, that's true. 3rd lord in the 10th house, that's also true. Why? Because the Venus was having the 2 houses, that's why. But is the nature differs? Yes, obviously the nature is differs. Why? How it is differs? Depend now when you're thinking about the different, then you have to go think in a level of the Panchakota. Then you have to think in the level of the movement of an energy. Then you will find an easily, you will easily find an answer. Okay, that's for sure. Now we'll see Tula Venus. It was here the same student was starting in the month confidence level of the 10. He's able to achieve the goal. Both the students can able to achieve the goal. Yes, for sure. Okay, but the same kind of the struggle this guy is also going through. But in the part of this kind of the journey of this 10 months, the Tula Venus can compromise something. Okay, they can, the confidence level may down to 8 in the scale of 8. But at the determination level can be little bit reduced. It doesn't mean they can't reach the goal. Definitely they will reach the goal. That's no doubt about it. But the determination, the strength, the courage they have inside, that plays the biggest role. See, when the steady earthiness hold you, it's ground you to the level which always give you the idea, it won't make you float in the air. But the Tula Venus will makes you to float in the air. They think the process which you can't really achievable. Okay. Why I'm saying this person comes down to eight, because when the 10th when they're starting at the 10th, the Tula Venus was airy in nature. He thinks unimaginable things which you can't really achievable in the 10 minutes. But that during the process, this person, when I said the compromise thing, right? These 10 months they can compromise. Okay, this is the thing which is not achievable in 8 months. So I can compromise. I can compromise. So the end of the thing, okay, how I can achieve my goal? They will achieve the goal, but the determination is little bit taken, right? But when comes into the the Rishabha Venus, they determine the goal, they choose the path only they can achieve in their reality. They won't err in the nature because their mind is not in that floating level. They are very much steady. They choose the path which they can really achieve the goal. You understand these two difference, right? Or I'm over confusing? Yes or no?
Understood.
Okay, how about Nina?
Yeah, understood.
Also, I believe you understood. And I want. Yeah, let's go into the 3rd lord in the 11th house. Okay, this one is very good for the for the Jataka. We already know about the 3rd house. Now the 3rd house lord in the 11th house. Okay, 11th house is your fulfillment of your desires. Any profits which you gain in this lifetime. 11th house. Whatever the fixed saving in your hand. 11th house. You may see the piggy bank. That is also 11th house. Wealth, all kind of the wealth, 11th house. Any desires in your life that is going to be fulfilled, or you can easily find out in the 11th house. Okay, now this is 11th house. Now the Dairyadipati was sitting in the 11th house itself. What will it become? They are very much sharp in nature. They have that kind of the boldness will come. How to, this is the wonderful thing. They are the magician to extract the money from the dust also. That is the one important thing you have to understand. Some people may think, okay, I don't know how to how to earn the money, how to get the money from this people, that people. But in the 3rd lord in the 11th house, they know the tips and the tricks, how to manipulate them, how to manifest them, how to extract the money, how to get the money from this resource. They are very genius. But when comes into the money, right, there is no partiality for them. Even if you are very much close related or you are blood related, what it doesn't matter for them. The money is the money. For them, yeah, I'm doing a business and you are going to pay for it. That's it. They consider the business is the business. Okay. That's why the money flow is constant for them. There is non-stop money flow. Okay. When the third lord in the 11th house means the desires will be fulfilled more than expected. You may think like, okay, in this lifetime I achieved this one, that's more than enough. But your desires will be achieved more than you expected in your lifetime itself. Okay? Anybody having third lord in 11th house, this is totally good. Third lord in 11th house means you are really blessed. Okay. One. Okay, now let's see about the third lord in the 12th house. This is again the Viparita Raja Yoga. 12th house is 12th house is about your moksha, your sleep, your bed, liberation, detachment, expenditure, displacement, any pleasures which is having from the bed. That is also in the 12th house. So that to spend for now we know the third house. Third house is an aim, ambition, that kind of the Lord was sitting in the 12th house means it's a Viparita Raja Yoga, both are Dostana. Dostana Lord was sitting in the Dostana house, that becomes the Viparita Raja Yoga. Okay. These people are blessed with the money. They are blessed with the money only. That's their life. They can earn from anyway. The income can come from in number of resources. They can earn from, or the money is also coming from other resources. They won't hesitate for anything because the Dairyasthana was here all the time. If they want to take any kind of adventurous, they are very, very ready. Whenever they try to spend, it's a kind of an expenditure, right? The 12th house an expenditure. And the third house lord was sitting in the 12th house means the two negatives meet each other. Most of the time, mostly what it will do, when you spend, your treasury is also lows, right? I mean, whatever the money which you earn, how much expenditure you spend, your money flow will be drain in a different way. But for the third lord, when sitting in the 12th house means how much you spend, the money won't reduce. It will be go. You will definitely, the money will flow in number of directions to this individual and it won't drain. There is no scarcity in their life. They are blessed with ample amount of the money. Okay. Anybody having third lord in the 12th house?
I have, but I also have 8th lord in 12th house. So that proceeds.
Okay, let's see what is yours.
Kanya Lagna,
Kanya Lagna.
Mars in 12th house.
Mars in the 12th house.
But 8th lord is also there, right? 8th lord in 12th house as well.
Okay, 8th lord. 8th lord in the 12th house. We'll see that also. When 8th lord in the 12th house, now the third lord in the 12th house. So now this both becomes true. Third lord in 12th house, 8th lord in the 12th house.
Both are Viparita Raja Yoga.
Yes. And which one is true for you? Which one is not?
8th lord in 12th house seems to be okay. In this case,
Mm.
I'm not blessed with ample dollars.
Mm.
But bold, ever ready, no hesitation. All these are correct. As they spend, the treasury fills. I mean, if I spend my money, treasury doesn't get filled. If I spend others' money, they are, of course, pay that back.
Okay. Okay, this is kind of neutral. Okay, when we see about the 8th lord in the 12th house, we combine this action. Why they're blessed with ample amount of the money? Because we have to see who's your Venus. Where is the Venus?
11th house, combust.
That says everything, right?
Yeah, here. 11th house is here.
11th house. Oh, I heard it is a 7th house. Venus. Oh, then it's combination of the 5 grahas, 4 grahas, correct?
No, yeah. Venus, Saturn, Sun, Mercury, everybody is here.
Then this energy will be different, quite.
Yeah.
This one will come and discuss later. But
Correct.
why I want to discuss any of the horoscope, because this kind of the statement will come. No, I'm not. But when it was saying that third lord in the 12th house, why it is not for me? Then we can able to find an answer. When we discuss about the seventh jadagam, this is the one wonderful things we have to find out why it is not happening here. Okay? Anybody is having any?
Vanita, my son-in-law also is there. He is
Okay,
actually that Meena Lagna.
wait a second, wait a second.
Meena Lagna, that this
Okay,
con.
Meenala.
Yeah, he is Meena Lagna, that is his ascendant there. So third lord is Venus actually, but it's in the 12th house, which is in the, yeah, there.
Okay. And
So
which is correct, which is not?
I think he is having his earning in dollars, all that. But I do not, no hesitation is there, but I don't know whether he, as they spend, the treasury bills should be filled. I guess it's all good, probably, because as he was saying, Sharavan, even his 8th house is Venus, but then it is in the 12th house. Basically, the owner of the house, but nothing is there in that place. The Venus is in the 12th house only.
No, Venus in the 12th house is really good. When any among the Navagrahas, which planet is good in the 12th house means Venus is good. When
Okay.
Venus was in the 12th house means the Viparita Rajayoga will take place for sure.
Okay. I think everything is good because they bought a house and also I guess everything should be the same.
Okay. Now let's see about the horoscope very quickly. Suppose I believe there was no doubt. That's why I'm jumping into our next section. Okay. Now we are seeing about the Vasanti horoscope. In her, let's see about this one quickly. Okay, Karka Lagna, Rashi is the Vrikshiga Rashi, and we already know how to read this chart, right? The first one is it is her houses. Second one, the second number is the Kala Purusha's number. Okay. Then she born with the Karka Lagna. That one is the water, mobile nature, female. So there was no graha in her first house. Then we will see about the second, third. Now we are going to see about the fifth house. The fifth house we have to discuss many things here. Why? In her Jataka, when you see about her horoscope, this one house which is holding the number of the planets is quite high among this other houses. Okay? Then definitely it will give you more stories, right? Okay. In the one point which I told you, whenever you see the horoscopes, there is one point you definitely have to see. Whenever you see the horoscope, look into the Rashis, whichever it is having a higher number of the planets. That will give you the greater story. Okay. Okay, now let's see about the Ascent Karka Lagna. And this one is the fifth house, which is having the three planets, Moon, Mars, and the Ketu. Okay, it was ordered in the degree wise. So that means Moon plus Mars, Mars plus the Ketu. This combination will definitely works for her. So that means Chandra Mangala Yoga will be here. Okay, then it looks like beautiful, right? Then I will tell you, we'll see the layer by layer. I'm telling about only 3 grahas, then we will add on with an aspecting grahas also later on. Okay, let's first see about these 3 grahas combination. That will again it will take a time. That's why the aspecting grahas will come. Anybody remember what are the grahas which is aspecting for this one? Anyone? Any other graha?
Rahu, I think Jupiter, no? 1, 2, 3.
Jupiter, why?
No Jupiter, sorry.
Any other? There was one more graha. Everybody forgot the aspect.
Saturn.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
How
see what.
Saturn is 3, 7, 10, no?
Yeah. It was in. Let me see.
No, even if you use retrograde, house 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, let's go with the first three grahas first. We'll come into the aspecting grahas
Yeah,
later.
10th is correct. Saturn with 10, but retrograde means is it reverse or from the forward only? If it's
Oh,
forward, it is
wait a second. Wait a second. All the Navagrahas, among the Navagrahas, exclude the Rahu and the Ketu. Okay, there are the different ideas here, but exclude among the Navagrahas, take the 7 grahas only. They always goes in the clockwise motion. Okay, but
okay.
what is that means of the retrograde? The grahas, the 2 grahas, which is always goes in the backward, that is the Rahu and the Ketu. That's a major
Okay.
point.
Okay.
What is the means Saturn retrograde? When she was born, when that point in time, Saturn is a retrograde motion. That's not even it was rotating backward. No, it's coming very much closer to the Earth. That is the moment it was looks like it was going backward and again goes into the path. It's you are here, and the Saturn was usually moves in this direction, but it was in an elliptical space, right? So when it comes close to the sun, it was goes like it comes closer to the earth and get back into its origin orbit and goes. But it was like it goes back into backward and comes into the direction. Is that the Saturn is doing that kind of a diversion? No. But when you see from the earth, you feel like okay, it comes closer and it is goes away because of the elliptical motion. You feel that it backward and goes forward. Okay.
Then Saturn is aspect.
Yeah. So let's see if first 3 grahas first, then we will move into the aspecting grahas. That will give you the different story. That is definitely interesting. Okay, let's getting into here. Okay, firstly, when we see about the 5th house means mainly we have to think about what is the 5th house significance. 5th house is for your creativity, your thinking process, romance also involved in it. Your putrasthana, conceive of anything which you can. It's not about the children only. Conceive your ideas, thought, process, business ideas, whichever conceive. It's not only in the physically conceive. It's all conceived in your mind. And spontaneous activity, amusement, humor, any speculative things comes under the 5th house. Intellect, your knowledge, intellect, analyze, calculative thinking process comes in the 5th house. Your first son is also 5th house. Now, with all that knowledge, we are going to put together into this combination. Okay. Before that, now let's see about what is the moon will do. What is the moon's major trait? When you imagine, when you see about okay, there is a moon. What is a major trait that comes into your mind?
Moon is emotions.
Nurturing.
Nurturing. Emotions. Nurturing. Then you can say it is a very calm energy, very soothing energy. We can say that. Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, now cool. Yeah, very cool. Okay, now here goes the interesting thing. Now, what is special about her moon in her birth chart?
It's
Now,
Nicha. Nicha.
it's a debilitated. Okay, now we'll go with the kind of that movie. Now we are going to think about this as a debilitated movie. Now, this emotions is the emotions, right? But here, the emotions will be very much impulsive. It's like it's bursting emotions. Like it's going to harm you either way, mentally, physically, like that. That kind of an emotions. Now, nurturing it's the kind. It may be he may get overly overwhelmed with the nurturing, or he may somebody will overlook the nurturing ability. No, it's not the the traits which is for the good moon. We have to consider it is in the bad aspects. That means the kind of the negative aspects. Now, when it comes into the calm, no, it's not now the debilitated mood. It's not the soothing calm energy. It is an impulsive energy. It's kind of filled with emotions that is going to burst you out. It drain you. So this is not the cool energy. Okay, now that's the debilitated mood. Keep it in mind. When you combine it together, we'll find an answer. Now we already know. Well, see about the first moon and the Mars combination, then we will see about the Mars and the Ketu combination. Okay, it's kind of the Chandra Mangala Yoga. Okay, we'll see about why the Chandra. Then the people will say Chandra Mangala Yoga, or you have this yoga, that yoga. Don't get excited in the beginning like me, because when they say about the yoga, I feel like when I heard the very first time, for me it was when in Tamil they call it as a yoga. In Tamil, that means you blessed with everything. The prosperity will come, the abundance will come. That's the kind the word colloquially they use. It's a yoga. When I read that there was a yoga, I felt like, oh, that was the good thing. Then later point in time, I realized, no, yoga means being interrupted in the meaning like the two planets combined their energy together. So it is going to be the one energy, right, will be reflected on another energy will be reflected on another. It's not vice versa. So when it was moved towards here, this energy was reflected here. Okay, so this one I will teach you later, but at this moment of time, it not the vice versa thing. It's a one-way thing. That's why we have to order in the degree wise. So the moon's energy going towards the Mars energy. So the moon, Mars energy is combined together. That is the yoga. Here they are not mentioned about good benefits. It's not. They are not saying about the good or bad. It is a combination. Then you have to think about as a yoga, the unification, the union, the united. Okay. Now let's see about the Mars energy. Okay, now Mars. Mars was in his own house. Yes, absolutely in his own house. Okay. Now, anybody remember the Mars major trait?
Warrior.
Warrior. Okay.
Energetic.
High energy.
Energy. Aggressive.
Aggressive,
Action.
yes.
Peaceful. Yes.
Yes.
Very speed in nature. Okay. Okay. Now, moon is in a good place. Yes. Now we have to combine the moon towards the Mars. He's like a warrior, but this warrior was having an impulsive emotions. He's having an emotion was outbursting himself. So not a smooth, calming energy. That kind of the now you have to imagine this one as the mind of that Jataka. So the moon and the kind of the emotion which is holding of the Jataka, now it comes in towards the Mars. Now let's see about the what's the Chandra Mangala going to do. Okay, now this one is the moon is the water, yes or no? Mars is the fire, yes or no? Yes, no? Yes, no? No?
Yes.
Okay. When there was a fire was big fire also. When you put the water into it, what will happen? Even if you put the little bit of the drop, what it will happen? At least it will evaporate at that moment of the water itself. Yes, or else it will the entire fire will be extinguished. Let's see
No.
about that what will happen. Chandra Mangala Yoga means water plus fire combination. They're emotionally intense. Emotionally intense means that see they are highly emotional. But here the debility you have to think in a such a way that it's customized for her Jataka, for her Jatakam only. Because now the debilitated moon was emotionally intense and the Mars was action oriented. Now both these energies are combined together. How it will you will imagine that. Okay? They are very, very much impulsive. But how much impulsive? You can't even imagine how much impulsive they are.
See, Chandra is in the fifth house, right? So technically she should be a pure-hearted person.
There is
So
again.
the emotion intensity or whatever it is would be probably towards it, right?
Yes, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. Give me a
Okay.
second. Give me a few minutes. Okay, now
Okay,
here,
fine.
water and the fire will combine it together. Normally, the Chandramangala Yoga, what it will do? Okay, normally it will give you the emotional intense. It will give you the quick to react. It will give you highly driven. Okay, what is that highly driven? See, it's towards your the significance of the fifth house. What is the fifth house will be?
Benita's got disconnected.
Yeah, I think she lost her connection.
Maybe the timing was over.
Yeah, it has been over 1 hour now. Yeah, she's joining.
Yes, yeah. I'm again going to reconnect. Give me 1 second because this connection was not stable. 1 minute. As long as it's okay, and we'll continue. I'm not sure if when I share the file.
No, you asked what is fifth house and the connection got lost.
Yep. The connection which I made with is in a wireless, so little bit the connection may get disrupted. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Now coming down into the fifth house. Everybody can hear me, right?
Yes.
Suppose in case you lost me, please let me know in the message. Okay. The fifth house is for your children, your romance, and whatever the things which is involved in the fifth house, your creative romance, Pikastana, spontaneous activity, speculative things, everything comes under here, right? Now we'll combine this inheritance in English. For that. Okay, now we will combine with that whatever which we learned, we learned in a half way through. Okay. Remember this one. You're emotionally intense, quickly react, highly driven. Yes. Okay, this is we consider it as the cons of that nature. What is the pro of this union of this Chandramula? They're very much determination in their nature. They have the leadership in the inbuilt of them. Whatever they can able to achieve, whatever they want to lead, it's in them. The courage will be the inbuilt quality. Somebody born with the quality, right? These people are born with the leadership in nature, courage in nature. Whenever they try to do any kind of the dynamic, what is dynamic career, which they involve the physical activity, which they involve any kind of the movement, the success will be byproduct for them. Okay, now we are going to combine this together into there's one of the few of this quality. Their creative thing. How is the creative ability? It's super tremendous. So why? The emotional intense which they having, the quickly to react, that kind of the mindset they are having. The creativity is you can't match with that normal person cannot match with their creativity. They are super in the creativity. Their thinking ability very quick because the emotions is going bursting out for them. Their thinking ability was too much. And the romance, when comes into here, the romantic life, if they are mature in, if they are mature in some other ways, or they how to handle the relationship, this will be quite a good. But here the Ketu is also combined. Maybe this is a quite challenging for them. Romantic life, we have to check with that definitely. Uttarasthana conceive, that is possible, but here also the struggle will be there. I will tell you why. Because of the Ketu is also combined. And the Mars and the Moon energy may not give you the trouble, but the emotional disturbance will be there. Okay. Here, the spontaneous activity, she will be the queen. Any kind of the spontaneous thing, any kind of the thing which you do at the moment, she's the queen of that action. And the amusement and the humor, it's their own zone. They can do that. Okay. But if there anything involved in the speculative questions, they have to be very much careful because the Ketu is also involved here. Ketu's energy is also involved here. Her mind can be tend to towards the speculative thing. Why? Because the analytical skills, the calculative process, the intellectual which they are holding, it won't allow them to sit idly. They want to they want to put their knowledge into some other thing to find out. They feel like the kick, right? That kind of the thing they are urged for it. Why? Because the Mars was there. The Mars needs that kind of the kind of adrenaline energy, which is comes and give you that kind of the moment of happiness was given by the Mars. Hmm? It says about the first sun also. Okay, now let's see. Wasn't this here, right? Okay. Which one partially match or partially? Okay, no, Anita, whichever you said it is totally wrong. Which one
Okay.
is?
Totally wrong in the sense I'm quite creative. That is fine. I think a
Hmm.
lot and very restless, actually, very restless. That is one character of mine. Romance, I don't know, not much. I'm not into all those kind of, but then otherwise, I normally enjoy anything that is beautiful and that kind
No,
of.
here the romance is about your your life partners.
I'm quite nice. That is a easy one. So nice. That is no trouble.
Okay.
And coming to Putrasthana, yes, I did have a little trouble with my child, and I just conceived only once for the lifetime. That's it. So that, and of course, long labor and all. But then that spontaneity, yes, even in meetings and all, I'm very quick to react and all. Then amusement, I love amusement, humor, all that among my friends. Like kind of, I entertain everyone. So that's also there with a lot of talk. So kind of, it's all nice, even healthy talk and every kind of thing. I think first son, I don't know, like I don't know, I don't have a son. So I didn't get that what is first son over there.
Oh, the first and the fifth house represents your first son.
Okay. So I have a daughter. So first is my daughter, first and
Yeah.
daughter. So that is one. But other than that, I think all are fine. But I also have my negative, which I am also analyzing over now past 5-6 years. I should not react. I'm very quick to react everywhere, anywhere, everywhere. But then I don't want to do that. I want to respond now, which I'm trying to practice, but still I react. Something downside of me is I am also emotionally intensive and very wayward sometimes. I say first time yes, then second time I feel why I said yes. So that kind of a stuff is still, that fight is going on in my mind.
Sarunan said something. I asked him to give me 2 minutes. What is that? I forgot, Sarunan.
No. I mean, you are marking emotional intensity in red, right? I said that's not necessarily a bad thing because Moon in fifth house is
Yes.
pure-hearted, so that should
Yes.
not be a problem technically.
Of course, it is not. So
Yeah.
what I am telling here is it because of the double-treated moon, I mark it as a red color. If it
Okay.
was the normal moon, right, I will mark it as a blue color only. It's
Okay.
a kind of representation. Yeah.
No, but Vanita, tell me one thing. See, wherever I see some injustice and unfair things happening, even in workplace and all, we know sometimes, not to say openly, bosses, we know they sometimes, they just to get the work done, they make us do certain things, which is wrong. So
Hmm.
those times also, like, I don't like it probably, but then that is where, sometimes we do talk. Is that
No,
all?
you have a wonderful leadership quality and courage inside.
Mm.
Because Mars want to let you to sit and okay, watch, okay, some
No,
there
because
was a
something unfair too, we know what is not right, but still sometimes because of the boss, we have to do it, Just be quiet about it. But then that time also there's a lot of emotionally, I have problem with that. I think why being there, like we should not do it, and why should we deviate from that just to, for a small thing.
Wait for 2 more minutes, then we will come into the same discussion again. Why I
Okay.
asked you to wait also, you will let you know in the next
Vanita,
slide.
it's
Okay.
3:50 already, Vanita.
Yeah.
Okay, I will finish with this one. We will discuss the
Hmm.
same fifth house again also. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 1 minute, I will finish. Okay. Mars and Ketu combination, it's a kind of the fire energy is your Mars, shadow energy is your Ketu. Now the both of combined together. Whenever there was when the Rahu was combined with any graha or the Ketu was combined with any graha, it's considered as a clash. It's not considered as a combination. You consider it as the clash. So that means when the Mars energy combined with the shadow energy, here the Ketu was like you may consider it as a directionless because it didn't have a head. It needs the Guru's guidance. When without this Guru's guidance, the Ketu cannot do anything. That's why the fierceful energy means the directional intensity. So that kind of the momentum you will have in your life. Like most of the inner conflicts will come. The mass energy makes you to fight, but the Ketu's energy makes you to detach from that. No, don't think like that. It is not your part of your job. It is not your emotions. Let it go. Detach from this kind of bad things. That's the kind of the inner conflict. Sometimes you feel like there was a two persons inside me fighting with each other or conflicting with each other. The two emotions will come. Okay, whenever there was a Ketu was involved, the karmic drive definitely will be attached with the Jatakas. Wherever it was, the Ketu was there, the karmic drive will be definitely there. Okay. Now, the one important thing about the Mars and the Ketu is that this is a spiritual warrior. Why? The warrior is the Mars, the Ketu is spiritual. They combined together, they are very much, you can call it as a spiritual warrior. Okay. We will combine this, we will discuss the same house next week also because there are many things I have to discuss here. I may miss some of the points in rush. We will discuss it next week. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. We'll see you all next week then. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Thank you.
Anita.
Vinita.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much.